my dear Scorpio. This is a reading about the true thoughts and feelings the person most on your mind have when it comes to you and your relationship. With me, Queen of Cups Tarot. I read in the order of birthdays, and this time I wish happy birthday to you, Scorpio. I hope you will have a beautiful birthday month. And as an extended member to this channel, you will get these readings ahead of time and with no ads. And there's an all houses reading up. What major thing will manifest from the October solar eclipse? The reading was made for the full members, but shared with all the members to the channel. And a love and spirituality reading is up for all the members. Subscribe and check out the many perks through the join button that will appear, or follow the link in the description box to learn more about membership. And I use the light SEER'S tarot for the readings part, and I will start shuffling your cards. So when I open your deck here, I see 3 of Pentacles together with the 9 of Pentacles. So it seems like this person wants a sensible continuation of the relationship. They want you to be able to cooperate together, but also be able to operate on your own. So they don't want to be consumed by the relationship, but they also don't want to let it go. Okay, so I call the Divine with Love and Light. And here we have the Knight of Swords with the 10 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles. So Knight of Swords, it seems to be running for the hills here. But the love is mutual. The feelings of wanting to be together is mutual. 9 of Pentacles. I think it has to do with our self-sufficientness, that we want to be able to have the relationship, but also keep ourselves. Something is spooking this Knight of Swords out here. Okay, so I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and here we have the Emperor together with the 9 of Pentacles. So if you want to be able to keep your autonomous freedom, we have the 9 of Pentacles here. It's like being single, connected to the Hermit's card. Or it might be that, so if you want this, you need to put firm boundaries, or it might be that someone is putting firm boundaries towards you and saying, hey, I want to be with you, I love you, even with the 10 of Cups, but I want to be able to, for both of us to be self-sufficient in some way. Okay, so I call the 6 elements, and here I have the 3 of Pentacles again, together with the Emperor. So we want to cooperate, we want to at least operate like on a friendship level, but it's also Temperance card and Sun here. So it definitely seems like there's a soul connection to this situation. It's just that with the Knight of Swords, we saw the little bit hysterical energy there, and the seemingly importance to be able to stay autonomous, like being your own person, the 9 of Pentacles. So it can be that you feel like this, or your person feel like this. If your person feel like this, probably communicate with them and really listen, and also communicate how you are feeling to get to the bottom of how to proceed with this relationship. And if you are feeling overwhelmed, you might want to put up some boundaries in this situation. Okay, so I'm just going to tune in for a few seconds to you and the person most on your mind, and their true thoughts and feelings they have when it comes to you and your relationship. So this is their most likely action upon their true thoughts and feelings, but also the evolution of this relationship. And here we have their feelings. So we have the or thoughts and feelings. 6 of Wands, 6 of Cups. We also have the Justice card and the Fool. This definitely seems like someone is really into you. With the Fool and the Three of Wands, you can see that they probably want to do a lot of adventurous things together with you. They're also trying to be adult and sensible and communicate in an adult and sensible way together with you. And then we have the Six of Cups and the Six of Wands. So that's very sweet love. So far so good. Okay. And the most likely action, we have the Ten of Swords with the Ten of Cups. So it's always hard when there's intense feelings. So when there's intense feelings of love, we easily flip and have intense feeling of being abandoned or that things is going wrong. Normally in a relationship, we can withstand some, troubles, and we don't think about it like a whole day and talk about it together with our friends the whole day. But when it comes to romantic love, sometimes we become a little bit touchy-feely. So either we feel like, oh, it's the best situation I have ever been in, or we can feel like it's the worst. And it can flip like this just because like a word someone said, or tone of their voice, or how they express themselves, like their body language, things like this can make all the difference. And we are on high alert and kind of reading into these situations. And we have the Eight of Cups here also in the reversed with the Nine of Wands. So it seems like it's so easy to walk away just because we're getting either too much in love and then it flips to being too much in pain. So it's a little bit precarious situation. It's one of you or both of you are being like this, that the relationship is so important that it takes up most of the thinking space here. But it's we read into much into things is what I'm getting there. Okay, so this is this person's intentions towards you, and we have the King of Wands. So King of Wands can be a very serious person. It's a person that's very passionate, usually depicts a soulmate or someone that's really like fired up about you. But they also have their dignity. They want to be treated in a certain kind of way. They have self-respect. So they don't want to they don't engage in destructive relationship, or they try to not engage in destructive relationship. And here is their thoughts about this situation. And we have the Eight of Swords, which is showing these entangled thoughts that we are thinking a lot around this relationship. What's the problem? Why am I feeling like this? Or why is this person behaving like this? So they're not entirely satisfied with this situation. It kind of leans towards that they are thinking it's a little bit destructive. This is kind of their feelings towards you, but also how they view you, what they are thinking about you. And we can see that they have a certain loyalty towards you, a certain friendship and ongoing steadiness. It's a person that wants to do nice things towards you, but they also want to see where this is going. They are not entirely sure just yet if they should really invest in this situation or if they shouldn't. This is how they view the relationship, and we have the Lovers here. So we can say this is their feelings, or how they view that this relationship, like the potential of this relationship, or what's going on in the relationship. And we have the Lovers here, so it shows that they have great moments where they really enjoy this relationship, and they probably would want it to last, but there's some kinks here. Maybe they want to be a cool person that's sensible, but this is spinning their head around. Okay, so probably that's your song. You spin my head right round. Something like that. Okay, Seven of Cups is their true thoughts and feelings, like the collection card, what they are thinking and feeling about this relationship. And they're very insecure if this is really a good match, or if this is a good, you are a good person that to be with, if they can really trust you, or if they are the runner, they might feel like they have no real connection with their own feelings. So they don't know if they want you or don't want you. So it's a little bit complicated, but it seems like it's standing on a certain edge. Maybe we need more information to make a decision. Maybe we need to solve a little bit more issues to see if we are compatible or not. A relationship shouldn't be without arguments, but the arguments we have should be like showing the essence of the relationship. If we're able to talk things through in a sensible way and get to some kind of problem solving, that's usually shows that the relationship has potential. But if we're just arguing and we're not getting anywhere, that probably shows that there's a little bit deeper problems that needs to be dealt with. Okay, so here we have the 9 of Swords. We have the 10 of Swords also prior, together with the 2 of Wands. So it seems like this person, or possibly you, this reading can go both ways, or it can be a little bit mix of the both of you, is feeling a lot of pain. They might not know if the pain comes from you, or they are being triggered by this relationship to feel a lot of pain. But pain isn't a pleasurable feeling, so they want to put take a hold on this relationship and maybe not throw their heart so deeply into the mix that it will get broken or hurt. So it seems like it's overthinking here that makes this person take a step back and not want to engage fully in this relationship, because it seems to have some signs of being destructive. It can be, doesn't mean that the partner is destructive or that you are destructive. It can mean that we are destructive within ourselves, that we spin off certain thoughts and feelings until we are driving ourselves crazy. As I said in the beginning, we are more triggered by these romantic relationships than we are by usually by other relationships. And here we have the Strength card. So it goes well with this 2 of Wands. We are not going to kind of totally let down our guard and let the other person rule the show. We are going to define who we are in this relationship, and we are going to be sure that our soul, our personality is respected. So it goes both ways. You need to listen and understand the other person, as well as they need to listen and understand you. And if there's certain ways, places where your partner, for example, has a blind spot and they are doing things that are clearly dramatic or can be escapism, running away, as we saw with the Knight of Swords. So that doesn't really have anything to do with the relationship or with us. It has to do with their, like, what the kind of crap that they brought into the relationship. And sometimes it's very hard for us to see our own shadow and why we are reacting in a certain way. With this runner-chaser kind of thing that I'm depicting here, it usually shows a situation where maybe both people have commitment issues. So the one that's the chaser find a person that definitely doesn't want to commit, and they run after that person, because then they don't really have to be in a committed relationship themselves, because the other person will always keep the distance. But then we can also blame the other person for keeping the distance and become angry and upset with them for not loving us enough. We can also, if we are the one feeling overwhelmed, of course we need to use the Emperor and put some boundaries, but we also need to think what it is that's triggering us so much, and of course not compromise ourselves so that we lose ourselves in the relationship, which is often the fear for the runner. Okay, and here we have the 9 of Cups. So the solution seems to be self-love, that in this relationship we get triggered, particularly with thoughts like thinking, is this a good person? Can I trust them? Is this a good relationship? Is it destructive? Is it not destructive? And this helps probably both of you to define yourself a little bit more, particularly with the communication. It might be a lack of communication though. It shows that there's a certain diplomacy going on where we might not want to say everything because we don't want to hurt the other person. But with the Strength card here, we also don't want to compromise ourselves. So this combination is actually pretty good, because it means that you won't be honest in a hurtful way, but you won't fold over and compromise yourself either. So even if it feels tricky for you to both be holding back and being firm in the same time, it's probably going to give a better result than if you were just pouring away everything that you thought was wrong with the relationship, for example. So this is a good opportunity to find more self-love, to know more who you are, in contrast to the other person, and possibly learn something of ourselves and our triggers, our projections, our original trauma, or the swamp that we always seem to return to. It's the unsolved issues, projections, traumas, karmas. We learn love from our parents, and if our parents are either overwhelming or not really there, we can either become a runner or a chaser, and a lot of things in between. But that's what I'm seeing with this relationship. And so we learn love from our parents, and if they weren't really there, of course we'll think that love is when there's a lot of space, when we are not close together. So love is when we if our father wasn't around, we have father issues. So it's about reaching out once in the blue moon, and that's then it feels like, yeah, this is normal. But it's not normal. It's your original trauma that needs to be dealt with. And the same thing is if we kind of oppose that situation and we want to chase down the absent parent and get them to love us. Yes, we want that, but in the same time, we have also learned that love should be on a distance. So we fall in love with the same type of person that will keep a distance. So this is how we kind of trick ourselves a little bit in relationships, so that we won't be able to be really happy. If we have had good role models, if we had not a lot of issues from past lives, we usually have much more healthy relationships, because we don't pull too much crap with us into the relationship, or we are with a person that take a lot of crap. It can go that way as well. So take a little bit clarification. So the clarification for the King of Wands, that's person's intentions. And we have the 10 of Cups. We saw the 10 of Cups before. So I think this person wants a real relationship. Like they want the relationship with substance. It doesn't mean that they want to be swallowed whole or totally consumed. But it definitely seems as if this person would want you I feel like, I don't see this in the picture, but with holding this with this energy, I'm feeling like it's a relaxed relationship where we can be like a little bit apart, but we can still feel relaxed and at ease. It's a gate there. You can go both out of it and in from it. So I feel like it's serious. I trust you, you trust me. That's the kind of relationship they would want. Okay. And clarify the 8 of Swords, their thoughts of this relationship. And we have the 9 of Pentacles. So they fear that you possibly are not a good person. Either you're going to consume them, stalk them, keep souvenirs, so like serial killer souvenirs in your dresser, or that you will do something to hurt them, like you're not a good person in some way. It doesn't have to be stalker. It can be like an abandoner or someone that just comes in and steals, and then walk away, like a one-night stand, things like this. So they are scared that it's like this. It doesn't mean that they think that it's like this, but that's how they get scared, okay? Being consumed, or that you might present yourself in one way, but then, you know, when they close their eyes at night, you do things, or when you're not together, you do things that makes them trust you less. You know, that's at least in their imagination. So clarifying how the feelings that they have for you, how they view you. It's a 5 of Pentacles, so it seems like they would want to go that extra mile to make you pay attention to them, is what I'm getting. 5 of Pentacles traditionally is like being on the outside, trying to get in, like through the Christmas party, the girl with the matches. And here the person has been able to play the violin so romantically that they were let closer, but it's still like, I feel like the energy that this person here might not be 100% into it. They have just been persuaded because they should like this situation, they should love it, they should want it, but they might not entirely do so. They just fell for the, you know, the whole romantic gig, but are they really in love with the person or interested in the person, or are they just you know, wooed by the circumstances? So this might be how this person feels, or how they fear that you feel, that they have given you so much and maybe they gave too much, like, you know, nice massages and presents and attention, and you can't say no to it because it's such a good package, but you might not be into them as a person. So clarifying how they view the relationship. And here we have the Ace of Cups. So they definitely are very into you. That's what I'm getting. So either they know it or don't know it. They are very into. But I get the sense that this person wants to be very collected and together. But with the Ace of Cups, it can be sometimes that we love someone that doesn't love us back. Like our heart is full with love, like it's enough for both people. Okay, clarifying the 7 of Cups, their true thoughts, or, you know, what's really going on here behind the scenes. And we have the Emperor here. So the Emperor is decisiveness, and they don't have like basic for decisiveness because their feelings here with the 7 of Cups are all over the place. So this is a person that wants like clear shots, clear communication, open doors, like open spaces, high ceilings. They want clarity, and they don't get clarity in this situation. That might make this person get a little bit spooked. So either it is because they are painting like a gruesome picture in their imagination about you with these cards here, this group here, or that's the fact, or how they are really have decided that this is how it is. But it can be their own fears making them believe that this is how it can be, but I'm not sure. Or it's how it is, but they refuse to see it. Or it can be that they want to be with you, but maybe not as intensely as you want to be with them. And this is making them confused. So it's like the person wants to be the Emperor, but they can't in these circumstances, and kind of drives this person crazy. Okay, so clarifying the 9 of Swords. And we have the Ace of Swords. So we definitely feel like the other person is getting their will through much more than we are getting our will through. And that's painful. It's like they can't understand me, and they're doing these things towards me that hurts me, and I can't get through to them. And possibly both people feel the same, because we get triggered and hurt by, you know, different things. And so we definitely don't feel like the other person is 100% on our side. We rather feel like they are getting the things they want in the relationship, but we are just being overrun. Okay, so clarifying the 2 of Wands. And it's the 9 of Cups. It's the same card that we have here. So holding our horses, deciding to go more with self-love and not losing oneself in the relationship, but deciding that the relationship is important. I want love, but I also am going to love myself. Let's say that this person is in the hands of this lover that's so super into her, and she is thinking about, she really would want to go to a brunch with her girlfriends, but she's just staying because this person is so, all over the place, giving breakfast, doing stuff to make her feel wooed. And it's almost like being stuck in a situation because of your own kind of upbringing to be a nice person and not trample on someone else's feelings. So it might also be that we feel like we are losing ourselves in the relationship because the other person is getting their will through, and we want to put a stop to it. We want to be able to have better boundaries, to not let the other person decide how we should love or not love. It can be the other way around as well, that we are this person and we feel that she is wanting to go away. She doesn't want to stay. She wants to do something else. I have done all these things for her, and still she's thinking about, shopping with her friends instead of being with me. And then we can think that I need to put boundaries in this situation. I need to stop giving so much. She needs to start to give back to me, or I'm out. So it can be like from both sides here. Clarifying the Strength card. And we have the Two of Swords, so it's the same as here. We can see again, like the person is trying to give a flower to this female, and she is like so over it. Like, take away your darn flowers, your poetry, your chocolate, all these kind of things. I don't know what I want when you're all up in my business. So it can be hard, we don't miss a person. We don't miss the cow until the stall is empty before we just take them for granted. So she can feel like, oh God, am I taking this person for granted? Or this person really like over consuming towards me? So clarifying the Two of Swords. And we have the Fool. So I feel like there's one person in this equation, this lady here, that wants to, it can be a male person as well, but just pointing her out or him out on this, the tarot cards, that wants to experience other things. Like, it's nice to be wooed and everything, but she also wants to go to this brunch with her friends, and she will be as happy there as she was with, all the courting that went on here, and she feels like she's not allowed to do so, because then she will hurt someone or step on someone's toes or seem ungrateful, or the cow will run away because it's not getting the attention that it needs for all its milk. Okay, so clarifying the Nine of Cups, and here we have the Queen of Pentacles. Getting pretty sensible feeling from this, even though this person is kissing her feet, and I'm still feeling that it's a good exchange in this relationship, even though the picture doesn't depict it. So this is probably how it is, but we can see this chest region of this person is like swelled out. Like, we have our pride, we have our sense of self, our self-love. So in some way, if we keep on to that, and in the same time, possibly being a little bit more open to communication, Two of Swords, Two of Wands, it's, we're holding in too much. I said it was good because we're diplomatic. It's better than to burn bridges and ruin things. But in the same time, we need to lean towards the Strength card here, which I think also comes through in this lady. That we know ourselves, or we are getting to know ourselves even deeper with this situation, and we need to stand tall with those things. We can't just let someone else, just because they want us to be their cuddly bear. We can't just do that. We have other stuff to do, and if we are the person that wants to make the other person into the cuddly bear, we need to maybe stop and think. Nine of Cups, how can I fulfill my own needs? Sword and the Rose, clarity, truth, revelation. So it seems like there's a good foundation to this relationship. Neither people have bad intentions. And if we can find each other in the mess of our thoughts and feelings, there's some loyalty here. There's some deep connection and deep friendship. Like a person, the kind of person that you don't come across too often. And also love, unconditional love, self-love. So both loving the other person, but also loving oneself. Oneness, passion, affection, attraction. So it can be also the matter of attraction, like we can feel a lot of attraction towards a person that's running away, and less towards a person that's, wants more and more and more of us. So we'll see. This is the Lover's Oracle. This is the brutally honest Oracle. I will never stop loving you. I was trying to be bulletproof. So I think this is the Chaser. I will never stop loving you. It's easy for them to say that. I was trying to be bulletproof is the one that's being chased. Might be a little bit scared to open their heart due to possibly being abandoned in other situations and have an issue with closeness. That's what I'm getting there. Need to learn from my own mistakes. We need to learn to what's valuable. We can't know what's valuable. If someone's throwing stuff at us and love and all these gifts, we might not feel like it's valuable. Things that scarce are more valuable. That's why we have this game of love where we're trying to play cool and not call for 3 days. And the person that need to learn from their own mistakes, it's a person that sometimes take for granted what's being given. But also the person that tries to consume the other person. We can see in all these cards also the violin player here. That's you are here for me. You need to be my mother, or you need to be my father, or my substitute for love. I can't love myself enough, so you are obligated to love me. So that's also a mistake. So it seems like both of you need to learn from your different mistakes and kind of wake up from it. It's not easy because we have such a strong thoughts and feelings about this. So it's very hard to just put that aside and be sensible. But that is what this reading is asking of you. Put things like your dramas aside and be sensible. Like try to see the trees for the whole forest. It's usually the other way around. But try to see what's really the stuff the relationship is really made of. Don't lose yourself in this relationship either by giving your whole self to another person or feeling like you're obligated to be consumed by the other person. So try to stay autonomous and talk about the things that needs to be solved, but in a diplomatic way, so you don't break each other's heart doing that. Okay. So I would urge you to watch the love reading for November, or the reading What Do They Want to Happen Between You, to get more information about this relationship. On my first channel page, there's a playlist for your specific astrological sign where you can watch all the latest readings for your specific sign in one single playlist. On the end screen, you will see a link to that playlist, so go and check it out. And thank you for watching this far. Remember to like and share this video and hit the bell notification on your way out to get updates when the next video is up. Until then, stay blessed and bye for now.